Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 34, day 2 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Latton's book, Positive, Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. I love the affirmations that are in it. They are so uplifting and so pertinent about, so pertinent with what so many of us are going through. I love the musics, the songs that they've chosen in this book, the music therapy, and I love the diffuser blends. I think you're really going to enjoy learning more about each of those aspects if you decide to get this book. The affirmation for the week is, I am enough. I just kind of want to sit down and just be a little quiet. I almost want to turn on some relaxing music, maybe with the ocean in the background, and some beautiful classical music playing too, maybe Pachelbel's Canon in D, and just have us all lie down, put our feet up, and contemplate on the gifts that we have and who we are, just that we are children of God, and that He loves each and every one of us so deeply and profoundly that even if it was just for us that Christ suffered and died for, like even if it was just for you, or even if it was just for me, Christ would have still suffered and died for us, individually for us. I believe in a very individual atonement, that Christ, that we were not just, that it wasn't just like the weight of all of us that he suffered and died for, but that he thought of us each by name as he was. We are enough. We are enough to be loved. Anyway, the affirmation for this week is, I think is like the flip side of the coin. The affirmation for the week is, I am enough, but the affirmation for today is, I am accepting others as they are. I'm accepting them, whether they're the same as me, whether they're different from me, whether they tend to bring a bright and happy spirit about them, or whether they tend to be more problematic. I'm accepting people. Okay, so I need to delve a little bit deeper into that one too. So obviously, it's really easy to accept someone who loves the things you love. Like, let's say you like watching sports on TV. Well, having another buddy who likes watching sports on TV and, brings good treats to the game and, gets excited, I'm sure adds to the excitement, right, of your enjoyment. Now, I'm not a big sports person, and but oppositely, if someone loved going to concerts, it'd be nice to have someone who loved when you're with someone who loves the things you love, it just makes you enjoy whatever that activity is so much better. So it's very easy. We don't have to give very much work to love and accept those that are the same as us, right? But going back to the teachings of Christ, in the scriptures, it says that we should love everyone. That we shouldn't just love those who do good to us, right? Even though he says even the publicans do that, that we should love people who are even mean to us. And so to me, kind of extrapolating that theory, we shouldn't just love those that are easy to love, those that are the same as us, those who are, you know, good to us, or whatever. But we should love. We should grow our love. We should mature our love. We should mature our love so that we can love everyone and appreciate everyone. Everyone has some type of gift that they give to the world. There's different gifts of the Spirit. If you want to explore them, you can definitely go into the, Google search and search gifts of the Spirit from the Bible, right? And it will tell you the different gifts of the Spirit. And you might be able to identify, oh, I think I have that gift. I need to grow that gift, whatever. But as we're thinking about loving other people, whether they're the same or different, and treating everyone well, right? And becoming Christ-like, because I think that's who Christ was. He treated everyone well. He treated everyone with love and respect. Do you remember those times when, he's like, oh, I'm going to eat at your house, and everyone's like, well, he's a sinner. And Christ is like, you know what? I know this guy's a good guy. I'm going to eat with him. Or when that woman who is a sinner, came and washed his feet and dried his feet with her, washed his feet with her tears and dried her feet with her hair, his feet with her hair. And the guy who invited him to the house was like, oh my goodness, that's a sinner. And he's like, this woman knows how to love and knows how to treat people well. So, Christ, he treated everyone well. And so we should too. It doesn't matter what their skin color is. It doesn't matter what their financial status is. It doesn't matter whether they're important or not important. That's who we want to be. We want to be people who can treat everyone well. It doesn't even matter what their age is. Maybe they're your same age. Maybe they're way older than you. Maybe they're way younger than you. It doesn't matter what their age is. We can treat everyone well. And it does take a lot of spiritual muscle and practice and maturity, because it's so easy to treat people who are like us, the most like us, the best, right? So I get that. I love to have different heroes when it comes to different virtues that I am trying to develop. And to me, there's just one man who, well, besides Christ, who comes to mind instantly on loving people how they are, and that is Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And he has that song, won't you be my neighbor? And it's, I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. And just accepting, praising. And then he sings this song that's called It's You I Like. It's you I like. It's not the clothes you wear. It's not the way you do your hair. It's you I like. And I love that song. First of all, I am a huge Mr. Rogers fan, and if you look on my YouTube channel, you will see a playlist of some of his best talks, the talks that I connected with most, and you will see a big, long playlist of songs that he's written, because I love how emotionally connective Mr. Rogers is. He's just my hero in being able to emotionally connect with almost anyone, and being so super accepting. And I think that being so super accepting really comes from accepting yourself first. If you are hard and critical on yourself, believe me, that carries out to other people. But when you love yourself, when you are intentionally praising yourself, that carries out to other people too. And it just creates more loving environment. So I really do think that the first person that we need to love and accept with all of our flaws, and with all of our strengths that maybe other people don't appreciate, is ourselves, right? Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to say on accepting others as they are. If you have songs, I'm going to post some of these Mr. Rogers songs in the comments today because I love just replaying them and just remembering this is more who I want to be. I want to be more accepting of everyone and more loving of everyone and more appreciative and have those eyes that see the amazingly good things in everyone. There was this song from when I was like 15 or 16, and I think it's by Amy Grant. It's called My Father's Eyes. And it just basically talks about having eyes like her dad. And I always take this as like my Heavenly Father that is able to see the good in all the world. And give grace. Just know that oh, you know what? Someone said that. Well, they probably meant this instead. They didn't mean it like in that way. They meant it like in this way. So giving people grace. If you have a very favorite song on giving people grace, go ahead, put that in the comments. It's definitely a concept. It's definitely a concept that I want to explore more. Giving people grace and just coming to communicate and interactions with people, knowing that people really are loving. They really want to love us, and we can see that if we allow ourselves. Okay, so the song that Dr. Susan Lawton is pairing for the whole entire week is "Just the Way You Are" by Billy Joel. Beautiful song. Just that you're lovable just the way you are, and you don't. Okay, so I was listening to something the other day, and this is what they said. They said, you can be the most beautiful, ripest, juiciest, sweetest peach in the whole entire universe, but there are still some people that don't like peaches. You know what? Not everyone is gonna like you, and not everyone is gonna like me. Not everyone is gonna like your style, and not everyone isn't gonna like my style. So, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with your style. You might be the most amazing apple or blueberry or pineapple on the planet. Be that. There's people who need exactly what you have to give them. And I'm going to try to stay truer to me too. I'm going to try to stay truer to my gifts, to the light and knowledge that I have, to the course that I feel like God wants me to go down. And anyway, so stay true to you. I know as you stay true to you, you're going to absolutely 100% attract people who need exactly your brand of light. Okay. The diffuser blend for the entire week is 2 drops of frankincense, the king of oils, and 2 drops of 2 drops of lime, which is the oil of zest for life. And today we are going to be diving deep into the emotional aspects of frankincense. So here we go. The first thing that you need to know is that frankincense comes from a tree. So, and every single one, all tree oils are very, very grounding and calming. Okay, so that's the first thing you know. If you suffer from anxiety or depression, or you're feeling scattered, putting a tree oil on can be just the right thing. And frankincense is called the king of oils for so many reasons. It's good for so many things. Good for so many emotional issues, but also good for so many physical issues. We'll be talking about the emotional issues today and the physical issues tomorrow. Now, most of us know the name of frankincense because it's one of the gifts that was given to the Christ child in the New Testament. And, the first one being gold, frankincense, and then myrrh, right? And frankincense has been used in religious ceremonies for about 3,000 years. Now, I have no clue on why many religions still today, choose frankincense as an oil, but I do know that it's one mentioned in the Bible. I think it's mentioned in the Old Testament again. In the Old Testament too, don't quote me on it, but if someone can find that, like, pop it up. We'd love to see that. And some experts tend to think of frankincense as the father oil, the protecting oil, and myrrh as like the mothering oil, the protecting oil. So we're going to explore that just a minute. So they say that the frankincense has more of a masculine energy. And so if there's anything that we need to heal with masculine people in our circles, in our lives, frankincense is a really good oil to diffuse what we're trying to help heal those issues. So maybe some people might have had bad experiences with their dads, or bad experiences with men in general, bad experiences with their sons. Frankincense, being that male energy, can come back and kind of clear that slate and say, men aren't bad. Just like women aren't bad, men aren't bad. Men are good, just like women are good. Men are good. God's a man, right? I believe we have a Heavenly Father, and I believe that we have a Heavenly Mother, and I believe that the only perfect person who ever lived on earth was Christ. He was amazingly good. So, men can be amazingly good, just like women can. Anyway, so if there's anything that we need to heal in that masculine realm, frankincense is an amazing oil to choose to use emotionally to help us heal. Now, I mentioned before that it's a very protective oil. So at times when you feel like you need protection, start diffusing it. Put it on. Put 2 drops in your 2 to 5 drops in like a quarter cup of Epsom salts. Take a bath in it. One of my good neighbors loves to bathe in frankincense oil. It just helps to bring about such a profound peace and such a profound state of relaxation. So if you've never tried bathing in frankincense oil, get it out. Get it out. Like, use it. I remember when I first got some of my oils, I thought, oh, I can't use that oil because it's so expensive. And I'm like, well, what did I buy it for? And if I don't use it now, if I don't start using it now, how will my brain remember to use it in the times of emergency when it really can be the thing that will help the most? So definitely get your oils out, open the lids, smell them, diffuse them, put some in your water and drink them depending on which oil it was. Kayla, can you grab me that frankincense? I know it's just right in there because I just put it in the diffuser. Anyway, or Clancy, can you do that for me? And let's start using our oils. We're not saving them. They're not going to be like the good china where we save them for like the special occasions. No, they're going to be like the everyday things that we go to every day to use. Okay, so I mentioned that you can put some of the oils in your water. Well, you're never just going to take a bottle of oil and like down the whole thing, because the essential oils are so potent and they're so powerful. And when it comes to essential oils, less is actually more. A lot of people in life think, especially in American life, think that more is more. But more is definitely not more when it comes to essential oils. Okay, so here's frankincense. And can you ingest frankincense? Well, here's doTERRA. I'm going to put a little caution here. The only essential oil company that I would ever trust to use their essential oils internally is doTERRA. Now, let me tell you why. It's because they third party test every single batch, and they put the batch number on the bottom of every bottle of oil. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a batch number on this bottle of oil. You can go to a site called Source to You, and you can type in your batch number for your oils. It will bring up your oils batch, and you can see every single test that has ever been run on your batch of essential oils, and you can see all the results. Like, what other company out there is so committing to pursuing what's pure? And what other country out there, company out there is so transparent? Like, so incredibly transparent. So can you ingest every single one of doTERRA's essential oils? No, you can't, because some oils are just meant to be used topically or aromatically. Some oils aren't meant to be used internally. But it's super easy, like incredibly easy to know, can I ingest this essential oil? And let me tell you how. So you're going to have something called the supplement facts on your bottle if you can ingest it internally. It's going to look exactly like the supplement facts on your cereal box. And also you're going to have for internal use. So that tells me I can put frankincense essential oil, a couple drops in my water, and drink it down. And it has so many health benefits. So, frankincense. We've already talked about how it can help reduce anxiety or help relieve depression. It's definitely one that you can use to relieve nervous tension. So in times of stress, in times of fear, it's super good. There are so many people stressed out right now as we have a pandemic that's kind of threatening the entire world, especially here in the United States. We all wish and are praying that it will go away. It doesn't seem to be right now. And so there's so many people that are stressed, people who have lost their jobs, people who have lost connection, physical connection with their friends or things like that. And so, there are tools that God has given us that can help. And to me, one of the biggest tools for that, besides prayer and talking, like if I had to say what are the two biggest tools in life, I would probably say prayer, number one, and talking to other people, number two. But besides that, like the third one I think is essential oils. They are so good for so many things and so good for our emotional states. It's great for people who experience mood swings, again, helping you come back into balance. Go ahead, put a couple drops on your feet. It's great to help keep us more open-minded. And for that, a lot of people love to use it in prayer or meditation at those times when they're trying to create a feeling of peace and calm so that they can communicate with God, so they can connect really with what's going on. One of the things that I love that Mr. Rogers said was that he wanted us all to be a little bit more concerned about pursuing the quiet times. Are you checking to make sure that's good? Pursuing, is that my little one? I don't know. I can't even see. Anyway, pursuing the quiet times. So let's give ourselves time in the morning to reflect. Let's give ourselves time in the evening to reflect. Maybe time to journal, time to think about all the good things in life, how we saw the hand of God in our lives, who was super kind to us that day, maybe who we've helped as well, right? So I hope if I could give you a gift today, the gift that I would give you is the gift of stillness, the gift of the slowdown, the gift of the contemplational time. It's good for people, frankincense is good for people who feel lonely or neglected or separated in the world. I don't know, I think many of us are going through that right now. And it helps us to open up and to feel the protection and the love. And it helps us to realize, we really are part of communities. And we can reach out. Like, even if other people aren't reaching out to us, we can reach out. I remember someone called up my dad, this cute little woman, and she said, you know what, I'm just telling, going through my list, calling my friends, letting everyone know I am still alive and life is still good, and that I care about them. And my dad was telling me about this because it really made his day. And I'm like, Dad, you need to do that too. Like, and I try to do that too. I'm trying to go through my friends and my contacts and call them and just say, hey, how are you doing? I love you and I care about you and I hope you're doing well. I wish more people would answer their phones. I'm just going to say that one. But I'm sure they're busy with other things. But frankincense, again, if we're feeling lonely or neglected or separated, it can help us open up and realize, you know what, we have the ability to get out of that victim mode and to get into the action mode and to make other people's day and to make other people feel loved. And that in turn will help us realize, you know what, they really love us too. They do. They really do. People really love you too. People really love me too. Frankincense can help relieve feelings of bitterness or impatience or irritability. And if you're alive, I'm just going to guess that every once in a while you feel those feelings. We all have concepts of how we want our days to go or how we want people to be. And when life doesn't go according to our concept, sometimes we do get sad or irritable or upset. And it just helps us to release those things. A great oil to help us release things. It helps us open up to the gratitude of what is. Life isn't always perfect, but it is wonderful. There are so many things in life that are wonderful. Frankincense can help us stop worrying about the little problems. And so if we tend to be a worrier, it can help us just realize that, God is in control. Yes, let's do what we can to make life better for ourselves and others. Yes, let's do what we can to make sure that the big problems in the future that we can see maybe coming up don't happen, because we've fixed things and we've tweaked things so that they don't happen. But let's also know that we aren't the only one who are on our team. We have many people on our team. We have God on our team. We have our families on our team. We have our friends on our team. And we don't have to be the fix for everyone. We're not the fix for everyone. Like, really, the fix comes down to God. And every once in a while, we get the honor of playing a small little part in that. So, basically, frankincense, it can help open up communication between people. I don't know. Do you ever have those times when things in your house might be a little discordant, but then your dad comes over and it's just like, boom, here comes the sun, like that song, here comes the sun, do 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 do, here comes the sun, it's all right, right? So frankincense, it can be that that godly presence in the room that can just remind everyone, hey, let's be kind, and things are really better than you think they are. So basically what I want to say in the end is that frankincense can be beneficial for almost any condition that is caused by nervous tension or emotional trauma. So if you have a condition that you feel like is caused by that or is made worse by those two things, nervous tension or emotional trauma, then start using and diffusing frankincense. See if it isn't as big of a game changer as many people think it is. Okay, we will be going through the physical gifts of frankincense tomorrow, and we'll be going through the physical emotional gifts of lime, which is an incredible oil in its own right, on Thursday and Friday. I just want to remind you that the song, the diffuser blend that we're diffusing the whole entire week, is 2 drops of frankincense, the oil of the King of Oils. Some people call it the oil of fatherhood. Hold on. Oh, I wish I had it. It has so many nicknames because it's so good for so many things. But the King of Oils, the Father of Oils, an oil connected with fatherhood. also the oil of truth. Now, that's one thing that I didn't put in, and I cannot end this segment on the emotional issues uses of frankincense without putting this in. And that is that it's the oil of truth. So it helps people to speak their truth, to stop their deceptions. It also can help us listen, like connect better with the spirit, so we can better see when people are telling us the truth or when they're trying to deceive us, and we can handle that. Like it just balances us and let us handle that. Like sometimes we don't want to lick or acknowledge that people are lying to us because we don't want to have to go there. But we can survive it when people lie. We can survive it when other people do bad things. We can survive it. We can survive anything with God. So the other thing that I wanted, my boys are shutting the windows. I don't know why. Maybe someone's out that they don't want to cause noise. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to say, do you know how we've talked about a lot of essential oils for a lot of different addictions. We've talked about how black pepper and clove and cinnamon can help with smoking addictions. We've talked about, and I'm not remembering the oils right now, maybe it's lemon, that is, grapefruit, there you go. Grapefruit that's so good for alcohol or drug addictions, right? So, and we've mentioned in the past, but we're talking about frankincense, so I definitely have to mention it here, that if you have an addiction to pornography, that using and diffusing frankincense can help. Some people think that pornography doesn't hurt anyone, that it's a victimless crime. It's so not true. Pornography hurts those who look at it. It hurts family members of people who look at it. It really hurts all women. Not just the women who helped to produce it, but it really hurts all women, and it really hurts all men. If I could wave the magic wand, I'd be like, poof, gone. Like, but I can't. It's up to each of us to individually get that out of our houses, to get that out of our lives, and to speak up and to get it out of our society. It's up to each of us to do that. And so I'm trying to do my part on that, and I know that deep down inside you want to do your part too. So anyway, just had to speak a little bit about that because it's such a prevalent issue. Can you help with that? It's such a prevalent issue in the world today. Okay. Frankincense. Here are some of the negative emotions it can help with. If you're feeling abandoned, if you're feeling spiritually disconnected, if you're feeling distant from your dad, or even down on men, if you're feeling unprotected, if you're feeling a spiritual darkness, or if you're just feeling maligned, or misaligned, not maligned, but misaligned. If you're feeling misaligned, it can help you. Anyway, the positive properties that it can help bring in is feeling enlightened, feeling loved, feeling protected. Oh, don't you love protection? I do. I love protection. Being able to connect easier with wisdom, to be able to recognize wisdom better, feeling like you have a greater gift of discernment, or even that you want to pursue the gift of discernment, that you want to, beef up those muscles that you have, and being able to discern right from wrong, truth from error, and to being spiritual. It can help us be more spiritual, open, and more connected to fatherhood and men in general. Okay, the song for this week is Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel, but I'm going to put a lot of different songs by Mr. Rogers in the comments, just because I think his songs go so well with the affirmation for the day, which is, once again, I am accepting others as they are. Faults and all, I am accepting others. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I am enough. I am enough. I'm enough to be lovable. I'm enough to pursue my mission here on earth and to do good things. And you are enough too. You are. You are enough to be lovable. You are enough to pursue the mission that God sent you here for, to change the world with your brand of light. You are enough. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, reminding everyone that we have the incredible gift within us to make every day, with God's help, to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.